Okay, first it's my new Star Wars mug. I got it in Disney World, downtown Disney, $20. All the posters from the original trilogy. I had a book here. When I went back to work, the book came out. I was actually watching an internet interview with her sister, and her book came as I was watching her sister. I read it a week later when I got time, and I haven't got around to reviewing it. This is Jen Bricker. She's, as you can see, a professional acrobat. You can obviously notice up top that she is cut from the thighs below. Now, Jen's parents were Romanian defectors. They came here in 1981 during the height of the Cold War. And they were of an arranged marriage. The father was very old school. He was the absolute, unquestioned lord of the house. To quote her sister, my father ruled with an iron fist. Okay? It wasn't like an American marriage where, no. Father said what goes, period, no questions asked. And that was very hierarchical in their family for generations. Now, in 1987, 1 year and 1 day after the older sister's birthday, in 1987, 6 years and 1 day, 6 years and 1 day after the oldest sister's birthday, she is born. Now, in America, bridal shower, baby shower, gender reveal party, social media, okay? In their culture, it's baby out, done with. There's no celebrations, there's no parties, there's no, oh my God, we're having a baby. There's no walking around with a t-shirt with the big baby bump on it with the, mommy's pregnant or soon to be little sister. No. So it was in and out. She went to the hospital, had the baby. Now, she had the baby by cesarean section, so she didn't get to see her. The baby had two problems. One, heart is a little too further over here. Your heart is supposed to be more centered. Heart is too far over to the right. Hasn't been much of a problem. But the other problem is obvious. She's cut from the thighs down. The doctor was also old school Romanian. And the father and the doctor had several conversations in the old language. Okay, all little stuff like that. And the doctor and the father agreed, we can't raise this baby. We can't afford the medical bills. We can't raise this baby. Gotta do just an adoption. This is a blind adoption where you just sign the papers, the adoption agency takes over, and the baby's gone. Never see the baby again. And the family that adopts the baby has no idea who you are. Okay, closed adoption. As opposed to open adoption where the birth family gets visitation rights. Okay, closed adoption, done. She's brought up by an American family, in their home, in the state they were living at the time, Illinois. They were living in Illinois when she was born, so that's the family that got her in Illinois. Little older couple. The husband of the house had a daughter from a previous marriage. With this wife, Sharon, Gerald has 3 sons who are a little older. She can't have kids anymore. She's past her prime, but she's more than willing to adopt another baby. In particular, the baby girl has a disability. There's no problem with that at all. They gave her full name, Jennifer Bricker. That was it. They did teach her that it was pretty obvious growing up that she was not complete. That's the most obvious thing about her. But her new family taught her, you can do anything you want to do. We may have to figure out a way to do what you want to do. It may have to be some kind of special way, but we will figure something out and you will get to do what you want to do. She walks around on her hands a lot. Okay? That's how she gets around. She walks on her hands, and when she goes out in public, she sits in a wheelchair because she has to be up higher, obviously, in public. When she's 7 years old, she starts watching the Olympics. 10. No, she's old. 1996, she was 8 going on 9. So, she's watching the Olympics, and her favorite gymnast is Dominique Moceanu, who happens to be, by mere coincidence, 6 years and 1 day older than her. Okay? And she knows her birth family is Romanian, and Dominique is Romanian, and for some strange reason, her and Dominique look exactly alike. And she had 1,000,000 posters all over her wall of Dominique, and no one in the world could figure out why her and Dominique look identical. No one could figure this out. But Sharon, and Gerald, they start looking at Dominique on television, and then they look at the stands when they show Dominique's parents, Dimitri and Camilla. And they're like, wait a minute. So they run into their bedroom and they put all the files, all the adoption papers. When you do a closed adoption, they're supposed to take white out and white out the name of the birth mother and birth father. Either act of God or act of stupidity. One extreme to the next, but the names were not whited out. And sure enough, baby's biological parents are there, Demetrius and Camilla Mociano. There's the older sister Dominique, younger sister Christina, and Jen is in the middle, and they have the middle Mociano child in their house. They say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't tell her now, maybe she's not ready for the whatever the hell, but they didn't tell her. That's their business now. A couple years later, Dominique is 17. I remember this well. She filed for emancipation. In America, you are an adult on your 18th birthday, period. But there are some people who are 15, 16, 17 who are being mistreated by the parents, and they go before a judge and they say, Your Honor, I'm not going to wait till I'm 18, I want to be an adult now. And they will be an emancipated minor, and they will be able to do anything at 16 or 17. Dominique is 17. She doesn't want to wait till she's 18, she wants to be emancipated now. Her father, she cites her father as being very controlling over her finances. Money she made, mostly through endorsement deals. Okay, as being an Olympic gold medalist, blah, blah, blah. And she also cites her father's physical abuse with her. Judge rules in her favor, and she's emancipated. Jen is a little girl, and she's sitting in the living room, watching, and her parents, her mom and dad are behind her, and she's thinking the same thing I'm thinking in my house. Oh my God, this is so horrible. Her mom and dad are thinking, she's watching her sister reject their father, and she has no idea about it. Okay? A couple years later, Jen's 16. Her best friend, who's also adopted, found her birth family, and Jen came home from school. Dad's at work. She says to Mom, is there anything you want to tell me about my adoption? And her mom says, wait till your father comes home. No, tell me now. Okay, maybe you should sit down. Jen says, I'm always sitting. Maybe you should sit down. She's funny. She makes fun of herself a lot. She actually told her mom and dad, that if she had to wear shoes, she would have bankrupted them. She's very, very, very funny about herself. You know, you gotta have a sense of humor. You got it. You can't be, life is too serious. So her mom gets the envelope out. Her mom tells her, she gets the envelope out. She says, you are a Mociano. And she dumps all the documents out and tells her, oh my God, I'm a Mociano. She knows now. And then she's like, I want to meet my sister. I gotta find, blah, blah, blah. She wants to go to an event her sister's gonna be at. Sister has a prom, gets canceled. Damn it. Believe me, I know how it feels to have her sister cancel an event. I know. I've been there. Not very funny. So, okay, strike one. Her uncle is a private detective. Her uncle tracks down the old man, Dimitri, and Dimitri really doesn't want to be bothered with it. And he ignores it and hangs up. Okay. So, a couple years go by, she's 20 years old, living in Florida, working for Disney World of all places. And she tells her uncle, the private detective, my sister lives in Cleveland, Ohio. She's married to a doctor. Find her. And he finds her, gets her personal address. She lays out a handwritten letter, photographs, photocopies of legal documents, all this stuff. Mails it out, certified return receipt, which means you got to sign for it. It gets to the house. Sister's 9 months pregnant, ending college. Brother-in-law is a world-renowned surgeon. He's at work. They leave a little note. You have a package. Go pick it up at the post office when you feel like it. Dominique has other things to do. Finally, I'll get around to the stupid package. Go to the post office. She gets the package. It was addressed to her home address. Now, the number one rule, being her fan, no fans at the house, period. When I mailed her my book, I said, Dom, is there a way I can mail you my book? I said, post office box or whatever, because I know you want mailing it at the house. She said, okay, mail it to my office. I'll sign it for you, mail it back to you. At my expense. I did it. So she gets this package. It's at the post office, but it's addressed to her home address. She's 9 months pregnant, and she's in a fit of rage because a fan broke the rules. And she gets mad when fans break the rules. You're not supposed to call her. You're not supposed to email her. She doesn't want to bother. When she does entertainment, she does entertainment. But when she's home with her husband and now the kids, she wants to be left in peace. So she storms out of the post office, goes for her car. How dare, I'm really mad. How dare this person, who does she think she is? She's not supposed to, because she's not a friend, not a family member, okay? So she opens the envelope, okay. Legal documents. Oh great, now I'm being sued. Then she sees it. And she sees this letter, hi, I'm your sister, blah, 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 blah. And she gets the legal documents, recognizes the parent signature, sees the photographs of a girl. All the photographs are chest up, by the way. She doesn't know about the leg thing yet. Who looks exactly like her sister for some reason, her younger sister Christina for some reason. And she calls her parents who live in Houston, and she say, well, did you give up a baby in 1987? And her mother said, yeah, we did. And you know, you got two guys on one phone, her mother and father on the phone with her together. She's in the car, she's her head off, crying, blah, blah, blah. Her father blurts out, we couldn't afford to take care of a baby with no legs. Now, Dom speaks 3 languages, but sometimes, trust me when I say this, she can't tell if you're telling this, if you're being sarcastic or being serious. She'll mistake a joke for serious, she'll mistake serious for a joke. Believe me, she does. She ignores it completely. Completely passes it by. Blah, 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 my sister, blah, blah, blah. She gets home, takes the time. She writes a response letter. I do want a relationship. You're going to be an auntie. And Jen was afraid that her sister would be like, just, okay, here's an autograph. See you later, kid. And I actually, on social media one time a while ago, I said, Jen, why would you think your sister would just kiss you off with an autograph? Why would you think your sister, like, she was afraid her sister would not want to be in a relationship? And I'm like, Jen, your sister loves all her fans. Even the one that comments everything and never shuts up. I actually said to her, that's what I got. So she gets a letter back. You're going to be an auntie. Let me have my baby. We'll make arrangements. And they make arrangements. She comes to Cleveland with the other sister who lives in Houston, Christina. They meet. They start to build a relationship up. They make arrangements to have the mother come over. Now, I suspected for a while that Camilla had been married after the father died of cancer. The father did die of cancer. October 12th, 2008. He did pass away. And I suspected the mother was remarried. She confirmed it in the book. I didn't want to ask, it was my business, but she confirmed it in the book. So she met her mother, she met her new stepfather. They came together with her mom and dad from the Brickers, so they got to meet. Okay, when Mama is her mother. When I talk about her parents, Mom and Dad are Gerald and Sharon. Mama and Tata, they call them Tata. Mama and Tata are Dimitri and Camilla. That's how I talk to her. Mama comes in, even though she speaks English, out of pure habit in the house, they always spoke Romanian. And she starts speaking Romanian to her, and wait a minute, I don't speak Romanian. You gotta do some translating here. And her mama said, I want to hold you. I want to hold you. And she was 20 years old, and she let her mama hold her. And, you know, Camilla gets very, very emotional if you bring it up to her. She gets very upset. But there is no doubt in any sane person's mind that Camilla loves her, period. They love each other. Okay, the 20 years being away was horrible, but they had a building a relationship, and they love each other very much. The old man, they wanted to meet the old man, Dmitri. He wanted to meet her. At the end of his life, he got very remorseful. She wanted to meet him, but he passed away before they could make the meeting happen, so that she did not get to meet him. But she actually told her sister. Her sister found out she had no legs on the phone. What happened was, Dom mailed her a letter saying, I understand you, I believe you, we'll get together another time. And Dom called a few months later, and then on the phone, Jen said to Dom, you know I have no legs, right? And remember, Dom doesn't know, joking, serious. What? I have no legs. Here's the issue. Growing up, she would play baseball. She figured out a way. She played volleyball, a little lower to the ground, but she played volleyball. She played basketball. She couldn't shoot, but she could steal and pass. She got into tumbling and became the state tumbling champion of Illinois with no legs, competing against girls that were 2 feet taller than her and had fully formed legs. So there's definitely something genetic about her, because her and her sister are both champs in their own way. Sister, gold medalist. She, tumbling champ. They are a little different in their own way, but they have their own thing. Even though they're a little different in their own way, they have a lot in common where they are naturally talented athletes. And the book chronicles, if you've read Dominique's story, you know this story. This really shows her point of view. You ever see a Quentin Tarantino movie? Yeah, we're gonna go there, where he'll show the scene twice. He'll show once from her point of view, once from his point of view, and then okay. This book is kind of like that. You're reading two different points of view. You're reading sister's point of view back in 2012 and hers now. And the book is titled "Everything Is Possible." I actually thought she would have titled it "Everything Is Possible," except getting Vinny to shut up. But she didn't. And I went on her Twitter. I talked to her on Twitter. Talked to her on her Facebook fan page. She's a very nice person, just like her sister. Very polite, always respectful. Just make sure you talk to her on regular social media as opposed to bothering her at home. And I said to her, my favorite part of the book was when you and Mama met. And then I also said that, and I get emotional thinking about this. I said, I'm gonna get emotional now. I said, I'm glad you and Tata made up. They wanted to meet up, but they couldn't. But I'm glad that, because she forgives him. Okay, she's a devout Christian, all in one. Even though she's a different sect of Christianity, her sisters and her mother are Romanian Orthodox. She's a different sect of Christianity. There's like 1,000 different Christian religions. Okay, but she is a Christian, and she completely forgave Dmitri for everything. She has not a drop of hatred in her at all. None. Okay? She has a relationship with Mama, and her mom and dad have a very good relationship with the birth family. And I said, Jen, I can't even begin to tell you how many babies there are that are adopted. And there's this big slugfest over birth family, adopted family. We took her in, you dumped her, okay? They fight, they hate each other. The two families have blended together perfectly. She has a niece and nephew from Dom and a nephew from Christina. And all three of her brothers have kids. And the sister she has, her dad has kids. And it's just, you know, all the things that you are hateful about, or angry about, she has not a drop of hatred in her body. All the times you complain that, you know, this sucks, I can't do this, I wish I was better looking. She has this body, and with this body, she is a professional acrobat. Okay, she's a professional acrobat, and she's a motivational speaker, and she can light up any room. So it's a very, very good inspiration for people that are, and you never think I'll be reading this book. Well, I was pestering her about it. She said that she wanted to write her own little biography, and maybe every 6 months to a year, I would come on Facebook and Twitter like, Jen, where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? Okay? I'm surprised she didn't mail my copy and say, here it is. But she finally did the book. And big hands. She actually comments she has big hands from Mama, because Mama has big hands. My grandmother had big hands. My father's mother had big hands. And she actually shares a birthday with my mother's mother, who died when she was a year and a half old, and a birthday with my cousin's baby, who was my grandmother's great granddaughter, October 1st. So, and it's very nice because, well, they're great sisters. If you ever get to speak to them on social media, they're the nicest girls in the whole world. I haven't met either one of them yet. Still waiting. But they're the nicest girls in the whole world. They love fans. They love talking. They're not snot noses. So, that's that. Okay, thank you.